Alright, so it's been ages since I actually made an unboxing video. The last one I made was, wow, pretty long ago. It was that e-bike Box of Awesomeness video, but not ordering one of those, so I ordered one thing from Airsplat, but this was through the Amazon webpage because I had a few extra Amazon rewards points left over. So basically, it's an order fulfilled by Airsplat, but I bought it from the Amazon website. So basically, we're just going to cut it open and see what's inside. Not that I already don't know what's inside, to be honest. Don't want to damage anything, though. Okay. There's a lot of tape. It's a pretty long box. I guess it makes sense they didn't want to damage stuff inside, but it's literally just another box inside. So we got an Airsplat sticker.
Alright guys, it's Compass. Today's going to be a little different because I did get an order for an Airsplat via Amazon today. So Airsplat completed the order, but I actually purchased from Amazon because they have their own website there and used my Amazon reward points to get this. So I only ordered a P90 from them, but it was entirely covered in the order, so it was about, I believe, $140 with shipping for a Kart P90. Which is similar to the Echo 1, except it's got a few internal differences, and then you'll see a few other differences I'll note. So thank you Airsplat for mailing it. I believe it only took 5 days, which is quite amazing. I actually opened it and recorded a video earlier, but it didn't work out too well, as in it got deleted, so I would have shown you how I cut it open and stuff, but unfortunately that's not here. So I've actually taken this to the range already to make sure it works. I'll also test out some extra mags I bought, and they feed perfectly. So let's just go inside and see what's inside the box then. It's gonna be about the same, except for I have some things removed. It actually came with these .2 BBs. I wouldn't trust these with my life, so just throw them away. Comes with an 1100 milliamp 9.6 volt small type battery with small to medium plug. This quality plug isn't that great. I actually had one of the ends pop out and I had to put it back in. I'd probably switch Dean's connectors. Standard fare trickle charger, 300 milliamp hour. You'll probably want to get an Intellect charger with a small type plug. And it also came with a speed loader right here, but don't have it with me right now, but you've seen it, 100 round pistol mag shaped speed loader. Then the main hero of this is the P90, which is right here. There were a few scuff marks here, but that's not too big of a deal. And underneath of it is a orange dejamming rod in case you ever get a BB stuck in here. There are a few BBs in the box already from that earlier disaster when I was at the arena. And it also comes with a standard 68 round mid-cap magazine. This one, it has mock bullets inside. It's the same style as the Echo 1s, except the Echo 1s I believe have writing on this side that says something about law enforcement. This only has the mock 5.7 millimeter rounds all the way to the top, and there's one in the drop down where it drops down to the actual chamber, for example. There's the BB feeder. You can see through this entire magazine there's a little stripe all the way down to the bottom. There's a small loop in there that holds all the BBs, and that's basically how it goes in. There's also high caps. I hear they're not dependable. They hold 300 rounds and apparently you have to wind them all the time. So basically I just bought a bunch of mid-caps instead, and they were relatively cheap. The P90 itself, it's got a plastic body, so it's sort of lightweight. The front end is all metal, so this rail here, down to here, all the way down to the front outer barrel is all metal. The front tip appears to be a PVC pipe that's been cut to shape of a P90 front end. It has 14mm counterclockwise screws, I believe, but I can't access it because it's been glued on. There's places for sling mounts. There's one here, and then there's one back here. There's also, I believe, a mod that allows you to attach a sling mount right in front here, but I don't have that. I don't plan on getting that because I'm probably going to get a single point sling. About the sling mount in the back. If you've ever used a 3-point sling before, there is a 3-point sling attachment that looks like this. This is on my MP5, so you can see it's just a T, And this works because it can't go up the wider angle of this stock. For this one, you notice it'll be a straight line. That's not safe, especially because the pull is up here. So you might want to get the pull on the bottom end, or there's actually a special P90 sling mount that wraps around from here all the way around, and from here all the way around with a cross, and just meets up right here. I believe there's a few people on eBay that sell it for reasonable prices if you're looking for a specific P90 sling mount. In regards to the rest of it, there are the 3 rails I talked about, the 3 metal rails. There's a top long rail for a sight, and a side rail here, and on the other side for lasers. Very small, very standard. There's a mock charging handle that does nothing. Doesn't make a nice racking sound though. And there's the hop-up where the shell ejection is in the real P90. So I haven't played with this too much, but let me turn on the flash, but you can see it there. It's not just like a hole or anything, and you can play with it down here. As far as loading it goes, I believe most people have seen how it works. Basically, for those of you who have never seen a P90, never played Counter-Strike, never played Battlefield, I don't know, everything has P90s now. Slide the mag in through the top, back here, strike down, and it goes right in, snaps right in. And then you'll see that it's secure. But basically, you have to slap it down. To remove it, there's 2 clasps here. You pull back, and it allows it to rise up. Then you just lift up, slide out, put in another mag, you're good to go. It has a safety right here under the trigger. It's got safe, semi, and auto, but the auto is special on this one because it is a 2-stage trigger. So you can actually fire semi on auto by holding the trigger part way. So, for example, this battery's not in right now, but on semi, you just pull the trigger and it just fires once. On auto, if you pull the trigger slightly, you will fire a single bullet. When you pull it all the way, you'll fire full auto. Simple use. You can use this, for in multiplayer where you don't know if you want a semi-shot or a full auto shot. All you have to do if you want to go full auto is pull all the way back and it just already starts firing full auto. The magazine, or the battery compartment is back here. There's a small lever on the bottom that locks it and it just falls right off. I did have problems putting the battery in. A lot of people seem to be having that issue. Basically, it's more like a contortionist act back here, even though you're using a small type battery. So I'll try and do it with one hand, but it's not going to be a pretty one. So basically, you connect your battery connectors. Probably better if I switch to the right hand. Alright, again, so I had a bit of a minor technical difficulty, but I managed to get this thing attached. I accidentally bumped into a pause button. So basically, you stick the mag into the top. There is a compartment up here, and also, just to point out, it is very tight squeeze. Down here at the bottom, you can see the hex screw for where you get the gearbox out of the system. That's complicated. I'm not showing you in this video, but just to let you know it's there. You're gonna have to slide, I believe that's the fuse. I'm not quite sure what that is. And then magically hope your wires don't pop out. So sorry about that. Squeezed in pretty tight. Finally got it working. So that's the plate back on. Let me pop this mag. Alright, so safety selector you can use with one hand, ambidextrous. It's right down here. So safe, no sound, semi. Pretty simple. On full auto, the 2-stage. That's first stage. That's second stage. If you want to bypass, just go all the way back. So that's a pretty simple rundown of how it works. The reason I got this was actually because I had size issues with the MP5. I'll show you why. You can see how this is P90. It's pretty small. It's pretty compact. A lot of people think the MP5 is compact too, and we're gonna have a size comparison to that. So you can see the trigger's right here. So this trigger to shoulder, that's about 1.5 feet. Here's my MP5 A4. which not too compact, but still relatively a compact weapon compared to, say, an M16. That's stock all the way to the front. It extends outside the box. You can see actually the TR model, not the TR, there was a long barrel P90 model that goes all the way here. So it's the same length as this, but most of the barrel is back here, or it's just out here, and this is actually all grip up here. So you can see that the length is significantly shorter for the P90, all the way down to about where the hopup is, and the barrel itself ends right here. And the MP5s goes all the way to right here inside the J-type flash hider. So that's why I switched. When you line up the triggers, you can see that it is actually longer to the shoulder as well, all the way to the front. So it's very difficult to clear corners with a full stock MP5 compared to, say, a P90, and that's why I picked it up. I'm gonna have to downgrade it. I did chrono it for a bit at the arena. It comes out to about, I believe, 360 for me, 360 with .2s. I believe it does go up to 400, but I didn't chrono it that high. I'm actually personally downgrading it down to about 280, 300 with an M90 spring, and that's why I had to chrono it to make sure it worked first before I broke anything out of the gearbox and completely demolished this. So it will be downgraded at some point once I get my spring in from another site, because I special ordered it. Aside from that, I'm probably gonna throw some accessories on this so you guys can see what it looks like with like a red dot sight. I'm not sure if I can get the flash hider off. Pretty sure I can't. But I do actually have another orange flash hider, which is just a, let me see if I actually have it here. Yeah, I do have it here. If I manage to get it off, I'm gonna replace it with this 14mm counterclockwise flash hider and just put it right here, just to make it not so ugly.